ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Now we're going to be dealing with Ms. Dubois' favorite family of basically the entire chapter, and that is solving multi-step equations. This is one of those topics where the kids will look at the problems and they're like, no, I don't get it, I don't get it. But I have a little cheat sheet for you guys, and that's what I want to talk about. So let's scroll down for a few seconds and show you guys. Oh no, Miss, why are there two V's? Why are there multiple? Miss, what are you doing to us? So there's a series of steps that we want to take care of, and I'm going to drag these steps down as we go. They're going to get a little bit weird first because we want to get you used to things first. So first things first, we are going to do distribution. Then we're going to talk distribution, not that Ms. Dubois can spell. Distribution. Then we're going to be talking about like terms. Then we're going to talk about getting the variable to one side, and then we're going to be talking about solving a two-step. In basically these four little steps, you're guaranteed to get the answer every single time. The thing that makes this a little bit unique, however, is that not all of these steps need apply. So in other words, it's a checklist. You're going through to see, are any of these applicable here? So for example, when you have variables on the same side, that is dealing specifically with when you have like terms, because you always want to make sure your like terms are combined if they're on one side of the equal sign. A lot of kids get a little bit stuck on that until I point out that, well, gee, is it on the same side? Oh, yes, it is. So in this particular case, for this first one, what is 16 minus 8? 8v equals 72. Oh, just doing that one thing made it easier? Yes, it did. And now we're up to multiplication and division. So divide by 8, v equals 9, okay? Next up, we have an 8y and a y. Some kids get a pause until I tell you that there's an invisible 1 there. That's what's called a coefficient. So 1 plus 8 is 9y equals 18. Divide by 9, y equals 2. There you go. Next up, 10 minus 3, that's going to be 7u, because again, like terms are a thing in this topic, equals 28. Divide by 7, u equals 4. Okay, so far so good. It doesn't look too bad right now. What if it looks a little bit different? Like, what if it's more than just like terms? What if like there's a lot there? Well, let's consider that. All right, let's take a look. We have bar. Let's see if I can write small enough for this. So you can see that there's kind of a lot of things here, but again, the first thing we want to deal with right now are like terms, because that's the only thing that's applied. There's no distribution here. There's not a variable on two sides of the equal sign. We'll get there. We want to focus on making sure that our like terms are taken care of. So what is 7 minus 15? They're different signs, so it's subtraction. 15 is the bigger number, so that's the sign that dominates, equals negative 72. And look what happened. We got ourselves a two-step. And two steps we know how to do because now we're on familiar ground. Oh, we made it. So plus 16, negative 8x equals. That's opposite signs, so we're doing subtraction. So that is going to be 56, and then the negative is the sign that dominates. Divide by negative 8. Divide by negative 8. X equals positive 7. All right, so far so good. Like terms again, so 4u minus 16 equals negative 64. And now we're back to a two-step. Okay, this isn't looking too bad. Plus 16, 4u equals. These are different signs, so it is going to be subtraction. So that is going to be 48, Ms. Dubois. Wow, where did my brain go? Okay, from there, it's going to be division, so u equals 12. I just barely gave myself enough room. Next one, we have like terms again. They're a little bit spread out, but we want to get them a little bit clustered together. So let's see here, 7 minus 12 is negative 5w, plus 17 equals negative 38. All right, so far so good. Minus 17, negative 5w equals same sign, so we're going to add, so that's 55. Ms. Dubois, do your math. The human calculator fails. The horror. Next, we're going to divide by -5, divide by -5. W equals negative divided by a negative is a positive 11. All right, again, so far so good. There's nothing all that scary here. But now that we're comfortable with what happens when we have like terms, what happens then when we have a variable on two sides? That is this step right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to draw our little bars here for a second, get ourselves comfortable. Is there any distribution? No. Is there any like terms? No, there isn't. They're getting you used to this step in particular, the variable to one side. Because look here, we have a 2v and we have a 4v. And now it is literally just a case of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do you feel like moving? Now, Ms. Dubois, as a math teacher, as good as the human calculator is, I don't like dealing with negative numbers if I don't have to. So I'm going to move the 2v. To v or not to v? That is the question. Wait. So 4 minus 2 is 2v plus 13. And look, we got back to a step 4, a two-step equation. So minus 13, 2v equals 5 minus 13. So that's subtraction. 13 is the sign that dominates. Then 9u and 6u. Which one do you feel like moving? Ms. Dubois doesn't like dealing with negatives, so I'm going to move the 6u. Minus 6u. That will be 3u minus 14 equals negative 2. And look, I have a two-step. So plus 14, 3u equals 12. Divide by 3, u equals 4. Next up again, variable to one side. I have a 19 and a 15. Which one do I feel like moving? Let's live dangerously. Let's give ourselves a negative. So I'm going to minus 19x, and I'm going to minus 19x, because it literally doesn't matter. So 28 equals negative 8 minus 19x. So plus 8, okay, plus 8, okay, I see where this is going. So that's going to be 36 equals negative 19x. Divide by negative 19, divide by negative 19, x equals negative 2. Oh, that wasn't so bad at all. And you start to realize that this actually isn't as painful as as you think it will be when you're first leading into it. So now, again, we're going to drag this down for our next topic, our little wandering help desk. So now we're going to deal with specifically distribution. We want to get used to that first. Distribution is always done first because otherwise trying to manipulate your way around parentheses, especially since you're doing PEMDAS in reverse, starts to get annoying. So what we're going to do our setup. We are going to distribute that 7. So negative 4x plus 7x plus 2, 7 times 2 is 14, equals 18. And now what? Well, are there any like terms? Why, yes, Ms. Dubois, yes there is. What is 7 minus 4? That is 3x plus 14 equals 18. We got a two-step. We did it. We did it. And now we're back on comfortable ground. So minus 14. Wow, where did the 18 come from? Nobody saw that. That didn't happen. I was misquoted. Plus 4, minus 14, Ms. Dubois. Pay attention. Good Lord, Ms. Dubois. One mistake and suddenly you're all hoo-ha. 3x equals negative 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. X equals negative 1. Oh, sigh of relief. And this is where Ms. Dubois starts to shine, because this is like my favorite kind of math to do, all of this mechanical manipulation. So we're going to do distribution again, because that's what they're teaching you here. So 34 equals 8u plus 64 minus 3u. What's next on our checklist? Like terms. So 34 equals, what's 8 minus 3? 5u plus 64. And now we have a two-step. Funny that. Minus 64, minus 64. So negative 30 equals 5u. Divide by 5, divide by 5. U equals negative 6. Okay, and Ms. Dubois is really starting to jam now. This is getting to be fun. So 6 times u and 6 times 3. 9 equals 3u plus 6u minus 18, like terms. So 9 equals 9. Nah! Ms. Dubois got too into the groove. She lost what she was doing. 3 and 6 is 9u minus 18 plus 18 plus 18. So 27 equals 9u. Divide by 9, divide by 9, u equals 3. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. And yes, I'm a nerd. Don't even. You should know that by now. All right, next up. Move these down again. And now we're starting to tick it up a little bit more. And now we're starting to do a lot of things at once, which is where this checklist starts to become a lot more useful as you start tracking your math all the way down. So first things first, what's step 1? Distribution. So times and times. So 9u plus 49 equals 2u plus 14. Next up, are there any like terms here? Nope. Next up, are there variables? Yes. So minus 2u minus 2u. That leaves me with 7u plus 49 equals 14 minus 49 minus 49. 7u equals negative 35. Divide by 7. Divide by 7. U equals negative 5. Oh, that felt good. Distribution is step 1, so that will be negative 4u minus 28 equals 2u plus 34. Next up, are there any like terms? Nope, not here. Next, variable to one side. Again, Ms. Dubois does not like negatives if she can avoid it, so plus 4u plus 4u. Negative 28 equals 6u plus 34 minus 34 minus 34. That's a little bit big. Let's see here, 6u equals negative 50, 62. Did I do that right? No, it doesn't sound right. Did I do this right? Oh, no, I didn't. What's negative 4 times negative 7, Ms. Dubois? It's positive 28. And this is where you realize Ms. Dubois will never actually edit out a mistake. I want you guys to see that even though Ms. Dubois, everybody calls her a human calculator, even I will still make mistakes. So 34 minus 28 is going to be 6, and 34 is the sign that dominates. Divide by 6, divide by 6. U equals negative 1 for this one over here. Next up, again, step 1, distribution. So multiply, so that's 2u minus 2 equals 5u plus 1. Which u do I want to move? I don't like the negative, so I'll move the 2u minus 2u. Negative 2 equals 3u plus 1 minus 1 minus 1. 3u equals negative 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. U equals negative 1 again. I have to be careful now because this is where Ms. Dubois just gets into a groove, and just the algebra is just a rush to make sure my handwriting is as fast as my brain. And I do respect the fact, especially when I'm working with you guys one-on-one, that tends to happen a bit more than I want to admit. So guys, always keep track. If I start going too fast, stop me, let me know. I don't mind. Let me go back and slow down. Let's see here. Our last topic of the day. Now we're going to use all of this in rapid fire succession, the pièce de résistance. So, step 1, distribution. Distribute, 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 distribute. 4 times W is 4W. Oops, I forgot my thing. Silly Ms. Dubois, coming unprepared. Plus 4 equals negative 10W plus 14 plus 2W. Okay, distribution is done. Are there like terms? Yes, there is. Okay, so 4W plus 4 equals negative 8W plus 14. Next up, are there like terms? We just did like terms. Is there a variable to one side? Yes, so plus 8W plus 8W. So that means 12W plus 4 equals 14. That looks a little suspicious. Hang on. All right, then we're going to be minusing 4, minusing 4, 12W equals 10, divide by 12, divide by 12. It looks like this one will sometimes give us fractions. That doesn't sound right, so 5 over 6. I mean, it's a simple fraction, which means that it might be a possible answer. You guys tell me when you get to this topic whether or not fractions are an option. I just went through the math twice, and I didn't see where my mistake was if I made one. So let's find out. Maybe we'll get some fractions over here. Ooh, wouldn't that be interesting? All right, step 1, distribution. Distribute, distribute. I'm going to do this a little bit slower. So 4 times 7 is 28y. 4 times 6 is 24 minus 8y equals distribution. So that's 4y. 4 times 8 is 32 minus 6. Next step, like terms. We have a y and a y. We have a 32 and a 6. So 28 minus 8 is 20y minus 24. 4y, 32, and 6. Those are like terms, so that's going to be 38. All right, which y do I want to move? Let's move, because we're on step 3 now, variable to one side. Let's move the 4y. Let's move the 4y. So that leaves us with 16y minus 24 equals negative 38 plus 24 plus 24, because now we made it to a two-step. 16y equals negative 16. Divide by 16, divide by 16, y equals negative 1. Okay, so whole numbers are likely. That's good. I feel a little bit better about myself. Now let's see here, distribution again. So wait. This computer, man, they did it again. That's the exact same problem as the other one. All right, but in the end, I want to show you guys. Look at all of the math that we did, and look at how rhythmic and cathartic and just so soothing it was. I love this particular family. So this is everything you need for solving multi-step equations. This is where students tend to take a while, because now you're starting to hit some stuff where you need to double check your work. Even Ms. Dubois had to double check her work. But that is everything for now. Next one is going to be translating English into math. So now we get to be bilingual. It's amazing. As always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you in the next one.